Gainesville. Okay, Cody Donnelly. 1, 4. Okay. We're live for game 2 between the Gainesville Bulldogs and the Blue Eye Bulldogs. Gainesville Bulldogs coming out of the Summit Conference. The Blue Eye Bulldogs coming out of the SWCL. In the last game you guys saw is between the Crane Pirates and the Mansfield Lions. It was a 10-1 victory for the Gainesville Bulldogs, or pardon me, for the Mansfield Lions over the Crane Pirates. I want to welcome you guys into the second live streams. Stream 2 of 2. My name is Adam Smith from the Ozarks Sports Report, delivering you today's live play-by-play coverage of Game 2 between the Bulldogs and the Bulldogs. Bulldogs of Gainesville and the Bulldogs of Blue Eye, both teams in red and black. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 as the next ball got away. Now 2 balls and 1 strike. As the next pitch is going to be a 2-2 count on Tanner Jennings, the center fielder for the Gainesville Bulldogs. 2 balls and 2 strikes, now 3-2. Coaches for the Gainesville Bulldogs is going to be Nate Jones and Jacob Smith. Jacob Smith, a former Crane Pirate, for now the new coach at Gainesville. Next ball is going to be in for a walk, as Jennings will take the walk. And that's going to bring up now the new batter of Cody Donnelly after the leadoff walk. Tanner Jennings now on base. Now Cody Donnelly, the new batter for the Gainesville Bulldogs. First pitch, up and outside now, as Jennings will steal second. Once again, Bulldogs of Blue Eye and Gainesville they're on the diamond for game 2. Swing and a miss. Now strike 1 on Cody Donnelly. Pitcher for the Blue Eye Bulldogs is going to be Brandon Box. Blue Eye representing the SWCL Bulldogs, and Blue Eye in the red jerseys, gray pants, black caps with BE on the top, or BE and white with red outline. The Gainesville Bulldogs are in their black jerseys with a little bit of red underneath the sleeves and on the back of the jerseys. Bunted ball, grounded. And the Gainesville Bulldogs will have runners at the corners, as Donnelly will reach on an error. Once again, coaches are Nate Jones and Jake Smith for Gainesville. Dustin Avers and Josh Parrish, the coaches for the Blue Eye Bulldogs. Bulldogs and Bulldogs. Bulldogs of both Blue Eye and Gainesville. Runner going. There goes Donnelly. And Gainesville will have runners at second and third. Gainesville representing the Summit Conference, the Bulldogs representing the SWCL Conference. We saw Blue Eye back in the Crane Fallwood Bat Tournament. Ben Pointer now the batter for the Gainesville Bulldogs. Here's the next pitch to him. Swing and a miss as ball is in the dirt. And he is going to be thrown out on that strike him out, throw him out. And that's going to now bring it up to Will Uchman. Will Uchman now the batter for the Gainesville Bulldogs. Here's the pitch to Uchman. Inside strike on Uchman with one away here in the top of the first inning between the Bulldogs and the Bulldogs. Blue Eye and Gainesville. Gainesville's cast wearing a black cast with a white G with red outliner along it. One run's going to score as Uchman will bring in a run with a single. And that will bring up the new batter. That is going to be Jake Leaker. Jake Leaker, the batter for the Gainesville Bulldogs. Only one away here in the top of inning number 1. Batter calls time of Leaker. Leaker, the shortstop today. Uchman will be your man will be the man on the bump today for the Gainesville Bulldogs. Ball shoots away. Blocked in the dirt by the catcher of the Bulldogs. That is Chase McClenathan. When we last saw the Blue Eye Bulldogs, they were in Crane and they lost to the Pirates by a score of 7-3. Swinging a tapper, that's going to go foul. Off the end of the bat of Jake Leaker. Jackson, now that one's going to be a base hit by Jake Leaker. There'll be another single for Leaker. And that will bring up the new batter. That is going to be Jackson Britt, the batter for the Gainesville Bulldogs. He's catching tonight for Gainesville. First pitch. There goes the runner, and Uchman will be at second base. So Gainesville will have runners on second and third tonight for the for the Gainesville Bulldogs. Gainesville coming from Ozark County, the Bulldogs coming from the same county as Crane, but on the southern part of Stone County, right along the Missouri-Arkansas border. Once again, we are streaming live here on the Ozarks Sports Report YouTube channel. Jackson Britt, the batter for the Gainesville Bulldogs. Pitch to Britt. Upstairs now. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The next pitch to Britt as he will swing and strike out. And that's going to bring up Bryce Hambleton, pardon me. Bryce Hambleton, the batter for the Gainesville Bulldogs. Two to nothing Gainesville, our score between Gainesville and Blue Eye here in the top half of inning number 1. Now, next pitch to Hamilton is going to be a ball. Now, 2 balls and 1 strike to Hamilton. Here from Seymour High School here in Seymour, Missouri. Now, 2-2 the count on Hamilton. Hamilton looking to extend the inning to Landry Jenkins, the first baseman for the Bulldogs. Three balls, 2 strikes on Hamilton. Next pitch is going to be lofted, caught by the third baseman. As it'll go foul, 3 balls and 2 strikes on Bryce Hamilton. Next pitch to Hamilton. Outside and strike 3. Hamilton down on strikes. Did not like the call. And we're going to the bottom of the first inning. It is 2-0 Gainesville over Blue Eye. All right, got it right out. Slow walk back to the dugout. Okay. Blue Eye. Yeah. Is it you guys in Gainesville tomorrow? Yeah. All right, you guys in Gainesville, and then I'll do Wablo and Crane.
Is Wablo any good?
I've never seen him before. I've never seen Wablo before. All right, Jarrett. Yeah, they play you guys in Mansfield. Then Blue Eye plays two as well.
They play Crane in Mansfield.
Who does?
Wablo.
Yeah, Wablo plays Crane in Mansfield. So what do you guys think of the Crane and Mansfield game?
Kind of how I expected, honestly.
Mansfield to come out on top. Did you think it was going to be a 9 runs scored for Crane?
We never really watched. We've never seen Crane play, so we didn't know how good they were.
We know Crane was good last year.
Yeah.
I figured they'd be good this year because they beat Hartville twice.
Yeah.
Team.
Yeah,
Hartville's a good team, yeah. How many pitches is...
But when Mansfield gets to hit,
It's tough.
They have some stud players.
Yeah. Okay. Jarrett Crotham now. Oops. Welcome back to Seymour High School here in Seymour, Missouri. Gainesville and Blue Eye. Blue Eye now starting up the bottom half of the first inning, and Jarrett Crotham Mell is going to be the batter for the Blue Eye Bulldogs. Bulldogs coming into this game with only 1 win as they beat Exeter. Last time we saw Blue Eye, they were at Crane, and it was a 7-3 victory for the Crane Pirates over the Blue Eye Bulldogs. Next pitch to Crotham Mell is now going to be a 1-ball, 2-strike count, or now, pardon me, 2 balls and no strikes on Jarrett Crotham Mell. The Bulldogs are coached by Dustin Avers and assisted by Josh Parrish. Next pitch, now strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Jarrett Crothamel. Two and two the count now on Crothamel. Swinging a high pop-up, going into center field. Who's got it? And that will be the center fielder for the Gainesville Bulldogs, Jennings, to haul it in for out number 1. So smooth sailing now for Gainesville. They have the 2-0 lead over Blue Eye. That's going to bring up Ryan Cardinzana. Ryan Cardinzana, the batter for the Blue Eye Bulldogs. Bulldogs of Blue Eye coming out of the SWCL. The Bulldogs of Gainesville coming out of the Summit Conference. Cardinzana playing second base tonight for Blue Eye. Here's the next pitch. Swinging a tapper foul. Which what we believe Jarrett Crothamel on the, or no, pardon me, Chase McClinathan, the man on deck for the Bulldogs of Blue Eye. The lone senior for the Blue Eye Bulldogs. Swing and a miss, and Crothamel's down on, Cardinzana's now down on strikes. And that's going to bring up Chase McClinathan. Chase McClinathan now the batter for the Blue Eye Bulldogs. First pitch to him is going to be upstairs, a strike at 0-1. 2 away here in the the bottom half of the first inning. McClinathan, the only senior on this Blue Eye team, as he'll now be away at, or he'll now be behind at 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes on Chase McClinathan. The next pitch to him, swing and a miss. And down goes McClinathan. As McClinathan is able to strike out, we're going to the top of the second inning. It is a 2-0 Gainesville lead over Blue Eye. So you notice the guy actually that's in the first base coaching box for Gainesville?
Yeah.
That's my brother actually. It's a little bit of a brotherly love.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's actually very cool because he gets to see me live stream and I get to see him coach. It's my first game I've seen him coach.
Do you get paid to do any of this, or is this just volunteer?
So far volunteer until I get sponsors. So I'll get mostly sponsors in the Springfield area. Twitter, I'll put this up. Watch the games against Galena and watch their games against Galena and Con. We're back on. Welcome back to Seymour High School here in Seymour, Missouri. The man that's going to be greeting the pitcher of Brandon Box is going to be Landry Jenkins, the batter for the Bulldogs. First pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1 on Jenkins. On deck man for the Gainesville Bulldogs is going to be Chapman, so you'll be seeing Jenkins, Chapman, and Jennings. For the second inning, swinging a high pop-up into the outfield. And Jenkins will fly out to the second baseman. And that will bring up Ethan Chapman, the batter for the Gainesville Bulldogs. First pitch to Chapman is going to be a strike at 0-1. No balls, 1 strike on Ethan Chapman. Inside, almost got him. And it's now going to be 1 ball and 1 strike on Ethan Chapman, the batter for the Gainesville Bulldogs. Bunt attempt, as it's going to be going foul. So Chapman will do it again. Quickly behind at 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1 ball, 2 strikes, says the home plate umpire. One and 2. Here's a 1-2 upstairs, and now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Oops. And Chapman will strike out on the strikeout looking. And that's going to bring up now Tanner Jennings, as that will reset the lineup for the Gainesville Bulldogs. Chapman, who walked in his first plate appearance, looks at a ball 1-0, 1 ball, no strikes. Once again, these Gainesville Bulldogs are coached by Nate Jones and assisted by Jacob Smith, 2 Evangel alumni. Nathan Jones coming to Gainesville from Fortland, and Jacob Smith in his first year of coaching, former Crane Pirate, who actually pitched during his time as a Crane Pirate for Coach Brian Harmon's squad. (3-0), here it is. Walked him. No, the home plate umpire says strike 1. 3-0 the count on Tanner Jennings as he's hunting for his second walk of the game, as he's now running the count full at 3 balls and 2 strikes on Tanner Jennings. Another bunt attempt by Jennings as it goes foul, and he'll stay alive. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away here in the top of the second inning. 2-0 Gainesville over Blue Eye. Here's a 3-2. Outside, and Jennings could not believe it, as he was looking for a ball 4, but it is going to be a backwards K, and it'll make it strike 3 to Tanner Jennings. We're going to the bottom of the second inning. It is 2-0 Gainesville over Blue Eye. Dakota Powers. Whoops. Back at Seymour High School here for the bottom half of the second inning now. Brandon Box now the batter for the Blue Eye Bulldogs. He is the pitcher today for Blue Eye, as the first pitch to him is going to be a strike at 0-1. Will Uchman, the pitcher, for the Gainesville Bulldogs. Uchman now swings and fouls it. 0-2 the count now on Will Uchman. Both Bulldogs from Gainesville and Blue Eye. Strike as Box is going to looked at that pitch, and it's going to be a strikeout looking. It's going to bring up Jeremiah George, now the batter for the Blue Eye Bulldogs. George, the first baseman for the Bulldogs. Once again, after this game, you'll see the Seymour Tigers go up against the Blue Eye Bulldogs. Unfortunately, that game will not be streamed live. But we will stream the first two games tomorrow between the Bulldogs and the Tigers. Runs it, and there's out number 2. Quickly and quietly for the Blue Eye Bulldogs. Sorry about that as our picture froze. But we got 2 away for the Gainesville Bulldogs. Strike 1, says the home plate umpire, 0-1. On Big Mike Cruz, the batter for the Bulldogs. And it'll be hit by a pitch, as Cruz will make it to first. 2 big powerhouse conferences in fall baseball, Summit Conference and the SWCL. Two of the better teams out of those 2 respected conferences, the Pirates and the Lions of Mansfield and Crane. As that's going to be a ground out from Keegan Hobbs. And we're going to the top of the 3rd inning. Gainesville coming back up to bat. It is 2-0 Gainesville over Blue Eye. Let's see, Haas, he grounded out to where?
The last kid?
Yes.
Second base.
Second base, GO4.
You did fine?
Friday.
Ground out 4.
Yards from my shot.
Just cut his head off? Yep. I tried.
Oh, man. I'm surprised to see there's some Gainesville people sitting over by some Gainesville people on the Blue Eye side. Welcome back to Seymour High School here in Seymour, Missouri, as we are in the top of the 3rd inning here in Game 2 of the Seymour Fall Wood Bat Tournament. If you missed the first game between the Pirates and the Lions, the Pirates of Crane and the Lions of Mansfield, Mansfield took that game by a score of 10-1. Little roller. Error by the first baseman. By the third baseman. And Donley is going to reach on the error by the third baseman. So E5 on your scoring cards. And that is going to bring up now Will Uchman. Ben Pointer, the batter for these Gainesville Bulldogs. Pointer showing bunt. Shows bunt. Pointer does. Next first pitch to Pointer will be a ball 1-0, 1 ball, no strikes on Ben Pointer, the right fielder for these Gainesville Bulldogs. Just after 6 o'clock here on this Thursday evening. Pointer running. Safe as Pointer's now at first. Coach Smith there at the first base coaching box thought he was safe, and he did get the call right. And that's going to bring up now Will Uchman, the pitcher. Uchman in his last plate appearance singled as he's 1 for 1. Pickoff attempt. There goes Pointer. Out, says the bases umpire. As Pointer was tagged out almost as he headed towards second base from first. And we got runners. Now we got only one runner on third. That is Cody Donnelly. No balls, no strikes. 1 out on the batter of Will Uchman. 1 ball, no strikes now on Uchman. Blue Eye trails Gainesville right now 2-0. That one's going to be rifled into center field. Going back is the center fielder all the way to the wall. 1 run is in. Here comes Uchman running around the base paths as he's going to make it there with an RBI triple. RBI triple scoring in Donnelly. And the Bulldogs are going to have a 3-0 lead over the Blue Eye Bulldogs. So give that a RBI triple. On Will Uchman, the batter for the Gainesville Bulldogs. Here's the first pitch to the batter of Leaker, Jake Leaker, coming into this game. He singled in his last plate appearance. Little roll. Little fly ball. Caught by the center Keegan Hobbs, and there's 2 away here in the top of the 3rd inning. Now it's going to bring up the new batter. That is going to be Jackson Britt. Britt, who struck out swinging in his last plate appearance. So Jackson Britt, the batter for the Gainesville Bulldogs, against the Blue Eye Bulldogs. And what we'll see in the 3rd inning of playing the bottom of the 3rd, we'll see Hobbs, Clark, and Powers up for the Blue Eye Bulldogs. And we'll see the Blue Eye Bulldogs again in the SWCL tournament, which will be taking place in Galena and will shift to College of the Ozarks. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Leaker. Or pardon me, on Britt, Jackson Britt. 2 balls now 2-2 on Jackson Britt, the batter for the Gainesville Bulldogs. Bulldogs have the lead. It's 3-0 over Blue Eye. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Leaker goes down swinging. And we're going down to the bottom of the 3rd inning. To the bottom of the 3rd inning. Clark, Powers, and Crothamel now coming up for these Blue Eye Bulldogs against the Gainesville Bulldogs. 3-0 Gainesville over Blue Eye. Okay. 2-0. Or no, crap. 0-0. Welcome back to Seymour High School here in Seymour, Missouri. This is the Bulldogs and Bulldogs. Bulldogs of Gainesville and the Bulldogs of Blue Eye. First pitch to Lance Clark is going to be a first pitch to Lance Clark is going to be a ball at 1-0 now strike one ball, one strike on Lance Clark, the batter for the Blue Eye Bulldogs. After today's action, this will be the second and final game that we will stream tonight. You'll see two more games tomorrow. It'll be the Pirates going up against Wablo, and it'll be the host of this tournament, the Seymour Tigers, as they will take on their Summit Conference rivals of the Gainesville Bulldogs, as Clark goes down swinging, strike 3. And it's going to bring up Dakota Powers now, the batter for the Blue Eye Bulldogs. Dakota Powers, the batter for Blue Eye. First pitch to him, swing and a miss. Strike 1 on Dakota Powers with 2 away here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Next pitch, strike 2 on Powers. Definitely working on first pitch strikes if you are Will Uchman, the batter or the pitcher for the Gainesville Bulldogs. Here's the next pitch. Outside, and now 1 and 2 to count on Dakota Powers. The next pitch, swing and a miss, and Powers is down on strikes as he swung at it and missed. And that will now reset the lineup. It's going to bring up Jarrett Crothamel, the third baseman for these Blue Eye Bulldogs, here to face Uchman once again. Back to Uchman. On to first, and there's out number 3. So we're going now to the top of the 4th inning. It is a 3-0 Gainesville lead over Blue Eye. back to the first base coaching box. Welcome back to Seymour High School here in Seymour, Missouri. Blue Eye and Gainesville here in the top half of inning number 4. New batter is going to be Bryce Hamilton, who struck out looking in his last plate appearance. Next pitch, strike. 1 now on Hamilton. 1 ball, 1 strike on Bryce Hamilton, the batter for the Gainesville Bulldogs. Definitely shows some power. Brandon Box, once again the pitcher for the Bulldogs of Blue Eye. 2-1 on Hamilton. Here's the next pitch. Swinging a foul back behind the press box here at Seymour High School here in Seymour, Missouri. Here's the next pitch. Inside on Hamilton. 3-2 the count now on Bryce Hamilton. Sun's starting to set here at Gainesville High School just before 6:30 on this Thursday evening. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Hamilton. Here's the next pitch. Swinging a hit the other way and vacuumed up by the second baseman of Cardinzana. Cardinzana freezing there. Had to freeze there as he gets out number 1 off the bat of Bryce Hamilton. And that will bring up now the new batter. That's going to be Landry Jenkins, the batter for the Gainesville Bulldogs. Swinging a miss, strike 1 on Jenkins. Landry Jenkins, the batter for these Gainesville Bulldogs, as he'll swing and sky 1. And there's out number 2 quickly and quietly as Hobbs will get it himself. And that's going to bring up now Ethan Chapman, the batter for the Gainesville Bulldogs. Gainesville and Blue Eye here from Seymour, Missouri at Seymour High School. Side of the Seymour Tigers Fall Wood Bat Tournament. 1 ball and now, 0-1, no balls, 1 strike on Ethan Chapman. Swinging a roller. Coughed up by the third baseman. On to first, and that's going to be all she wrote for the top half of inning number 4. We're going to the bottom of the 4th inning. It is a 3-0 lead, Gainesville over Blue Eye. This is an easy game for Gainesville. Blue Eye's terrible. I remember when my older brother was playing ball for Crane, Blue Eye would always come in and beat us. And Blue Eye used to be good. Now you could say they're now rebuilding.
Wait, so is your older brother Nathan?
No, Jacob.
Oh, okay.
Jacob, he's the guy. He's the assistant coach there. Here at Gainesville, he's the assistant coach. Will you guys be home in your game against Gainesville?
Huh?
Will you guys be home against Gainesville?
We already played him at Gainesville.
Oh, no, tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Okay, cool. No, I was like, are you guys a home team or not?
We're the ones seed.
Okay,
That's
that's conference, yeah, and then in districts as well. Welcome back to Seymour High School here in Seymour, Missouri. Gainesville and Blue Eye here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Batter of Ryan Cardenzana, the first batter to greet Will Uchman. Here's the next pitch. Upstairs now, 1 ball and 1 strike on Ryan Cardenzana. There's a 1-1 pitch. Swinging a ball hit the other way, but it's going to go foul. Off the bat of Ryan Cardenzana. Cardenzana, a little guy, so he could have some pop in his bat. You could see 1 ball, 2 strikes on Ryan Cardenzana from Will Uchman. Here's the next pitch. Strike as Cardenzana is going to strike out. Looking on that pitch, and it's going to bring up now Chase McClenathan, the lone senior for the Blue Eye Bulldogs. Chase McClenathan, who struck out swinging in his last plate appearance, swings and checks his swing in the third. Umpire said he did go around, and it is now a no ball and 1 strike count on Chase McClenathan. Here's the next pitch, swinging another pitch foul off the bat of Chase McClenathan. 1 ball, 2 strikes on McClenathan. Next pitch to him. Low, says the home plate umpire. Is now going to be ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Chase McClenathan. Next pitch to him. Swinging a ripper off the first baseman's glove for a base hit. There goes McClenathan, and ball gets away again, and McClenathan's going to be on for a double. Or no. So Chase McClenathan there on the double, as we're going to see a mound coach's visit by head coach Nate Jones of the Gainesville Bulldogs here in the bottom of the fourth inning after the single, and he reached on an error. And now it's going to bring up now Brandon Box, the pitcher for the Blue Eye Bulldogs. With only 1 out here in the bottom of the fourth inning, here's the first pitch, swinging a foul ball. Oh, 0-1 the count on Brandon Box, the batter for these Blue Eye Bulldogs. Here's the next pitch to him. Strike, says the home plate umpire. 0-2 now on Brandon Box. Brandon Box, the pitcher for the Bulldogs. Here's the next pitch to him. Outside. And it's going to make it now a 1 ball, 2 strike count on Brandon Box. As he'll be able to make it now 2-2. Here it is, swinging a roper base hit. That's going to put Blue Eye on the scoreboard. Here comes McClenathan. And the Bulldogs trail now, and the Bulldogs will trail Gainesville now 3-1 thanks to the RBI single by Brandon Box. RBI single for Brandon Box as he will be pinch ran for. The new runner will be Braden Boyd, who will pinch run for Brandon Box, courtesy running for the pitcher. Now that's going to bring up now the batter of Jeremiah George. Jeremiah George, who grounded out to the second baseman in his last plate appearance. Gainesville and Blue Eye, both Bulldogs. Here's the 0-1, swinging another ball, dropping in for a base hit, and there goes Boyd, and another single is going to be added on. That's going to be a single for George, and that is going to bring up now Mike Cruz, the big guy for the Blue Eye Bulldogs. Cruz is on base after the hit by pitch. No balls, no strikes, 1 out. Here's the first pitch. Upstairs on Cruz now. Now 1 ball and no strikes. Kansas City Royals will be in Cleveland tonight as they will take on the Cleveland Indians. No scores as we speak from Cleveland, as we've gotten them here to Ozarks Sports Report. 2 balls, no strikes on Mike Cruz. Here's the next pitch. Swing and a miss. And another pitch is going to be a strike at 2 balls and 1 strike on Mike Cruz. 2-1, 1 out. Runners on first and second. Swing and a miss. Another strike now, 2-2 on Mike Cruz, the batter for these Blue Eye Bulldogs. Here's the next pitch. Swinging a roller. Steps on the bag. On to first and safe, says the home plate umpire, says the bases umpire as Lance Clark as Mike Cruz showed off the speed, and there's going to be runners on first and second with 2 away here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Mike Cruz reaching on the fielder's choice. Little roller. On to first, and there is out number 3. We're going now to the 5th inning. We're going to the top of inning number 5. It is 3-1 Gainesville over Blue Eye. I did not go back home with Crane. I wouldn't be it, huh?
How are you getting home now?
Huh?
How are you getting home now?
My parents. My mom's here. She's here to watch my brother coach. Huh? Who's going to run the scoreboard?
Me.
Oh, you. Who will run it for the next game?
I don't know.
Even though I won't be in. Freshman, maybe? That's cool. Usually, at Crane, we usually have our scoreboards usually run from the dugout instead of all the way up here or all the way up in the press box. But I'll probably have the coach for Gainesville on my show.
Got a lot of viewers?
No, none of them right now. I mean, it's Gainesville and Blue Eye. What do you expect? Yeah. Welcome back to Seymour High School here from Seymour, Missouri, between the Bulldogs and the Bulldogs. Bulldogs of Gainesville and Blue Eye. Here in the top of the 5th inning. Here's the first pitch to the pitcher, or pardon me, the batter of Tanner Jennings. Tanner Jennings, who walked and struck out in his last time up. Tanner Jennings now. Next pitch now 3 balls and 1 strike on Jennings. Jennings playing center field tonight for the Gainesville Bulldogs here. It is the top of the 5th. Ball shoots away, and there goes Jennings as he will reach base on a walk. I think it was Chapman. What did he do in the last half inning? No, Gainesville. Yeah. Okay, so what did he do? Struck out maybe? Pitching visit coach's visit by the Blue Eye Bulldogs, as head coach Dustin Avers went out to the mound to talk things over to his pitcher Brandon Box. No balls, no strikes, and no outs. Now for the new batter of Cody Donley, the batter for the Gainesville Bulldogs. Donley calls time. Donley showing bunt here in the top half of the 5th inning. There goes Jennings as he will make it to second easily. One ball, no strikes on Cody Donley. Donley reached on 2 errors. Error by the second baseman and the third baseman. Bunt attempt. Foul. Cody Donley, the batter for the Gainesville Bulldogs. 1 ball, 1 strike on Cody Donley. Once again, after this game concludes, we will not be streaming the final game tonight. It'll be between the Seymour Tigers and the Blue Eye Bulldogs. 2 balls and 1 strike on Cody Donley. Two and 1. 2-1 upstairs. Now 3 balls and 1 strike on Cody Donley. 3-1 the count on Mr. Cody Donley. Here's a 3-1 outside, and Donley will be on for a walk. So 2 straight walks from Brandon Box. And that's going to bring up now Ben Pointer, the batter. He reached on who had an infield single back in the back in the 3rd inning. Box still the pitcher for the Gainesville Bulldogs.
Yeah, that's the point.
As Pointer, the right fielder for the Gainesville Bulldogs here. He bats from the right side tonight for Gainesville. The 1-1. Bunted. Gobbled up, but no play as Pointer will reach on. As Pointer is going to reach thanks to the bunted ball. Bunted single for bunted single now for Ben Pointer. Now Will Uchman, the batter. He's the pitcher today for the Gainesville Bulldogs. The 1-0 swinging a chopper. Gobbled up by the first base, by the shortstop, as they will get the first out. They will get the out of the plate as Uchman grounds out to the shortstop. One ball, no strikes now on. One ball, no strikes on Jake Leaker, the batter for the Gainesville Bulldogs. As the sun's starting to set, reflects right off the glass here in the press box here at Seymour as the sun is setting. Once again, Leaker, the batter for the Gainesville Bulldogs. He bats from the left side. Here's the next pitch. Strike, says the home plate umpire. 3 balls, 1 strike. 1 away here in the top of the 5th inning. Gainesville and Gainesville with the advantage. It's 3-1 Gainesville. Swinging a roper into right field for a base hit. Here comes Donnelly. Here comes Pointer. And here comes and there went Pointer, Jennings, who scored. Jennings, Donnelly, and Pointer scoring. And we're going to see another coaching visit by the head coach of the Blue Eye Bulldogs, Coach Dustin Avers, as he will make a trip to the mound to talk things over to his coach, or to his pitcher of Brandon Box. After the 3 runs that have scored, it's now 6-1 Gainesville over Blue Eye. Thanks to that RBI double by Leaker. And we're going to see a new pitcher, and the new pitcher is going to be Mike Cruz, the batter now, the pitcher for Box. So 3 runs will be a credit to Box. So it'll be 2 runs. So it'll be now 6 runs accredited now to Brandon Box, as the Gainesville Bulldogs lead the Blue Eye Bulldogs by a score of 6-1. Here in the top of the fifth inning, as the new pitcher of Mike Cruz will throw some warm up pitches. 6-1 Blue Eye over, or pardon me, 6-1 Gainesville over Blue Eye. As now the new batter is going to be Jackson Britt. Thanks to the RBI triple by Jake Leaker. So Jackson Britt, who has struck out and singled, is going to pop it up, and he will fly it out to the center fielder. That is Lance Clark. Six to one Blue Eye over, or pardon me, 6-1 Gainesville over Blue Eye. As the lights start to come on here at Seymour High School, that's going to bring up the new batter for the Gainesville Bulldogs. That's going to be Bryce Hambleton, the power third baseman for Gainesville. Gainesville's Hambleton wearing number 35 on the black and red jerseys. 1 ball, 1 strike on Bryce Hambleton. Hambleton coming into this game, he is struck out looking and lined out. Once again here in the top of the fifth inning between Gainesville and Blue Eye. Gainesville can squeeze in one more run there at third. Next pitch, ball shoots away. But Britt hesitates there at third. They're at third base. And it would be a 3 ball, 1 strike count on Bryce Hambleton. 3-1, 3-2 now on Hambleton. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Bryce Hambleton. There's a 3-2 inside, and Hamilton will draw the walk, so he'll be on base for the first time today. And that will now move the lineup now to Landry Jenkins. With 2 away here in the bottom of the, top of the fifth inning. 3 runs have already come across the plate for the Bulldogs, and they tags out Hambleton there at second base, and that's how the top half of inning number 5 will come to a close. We're going now to the bottom of the fifth inning. It is a 6-1 Gainesville lead over Blue Eye.
Especially you put your butt on the fence. You're gonna get out way off the front.
Swing like you're wearing the tape yesterday.
You better.
Yeah, I'll touch it in the actual game.
He's taking me
That's
far.
what counts.
If you don't touch one, it's gonna be
Shared this game on Facebook. I thought people would come in.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could always announce it over the PA that we're streaming this game live.
There's no one watching it.
No. Welcome back to Seymour High School here in Seymour, Missouri. Blue Eye and Gainesville now as we kick off the bottom half of the fifth inning, swing and a miss on Lance Clark, the the center fielder for the Blue Eye Bulldogs. Next pitch outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes on, 0-2 on Lance Clark. Now 1 ball and 2 strikes on Clark. Clark in his last plate appearance struck out swinging, and he will be down on strikes once again to kick off the bottom half of the fifth inning. That's going to bring up now Dakota Powers. Powers, who also struck out in his last inning of play. Dakota Powers, the new batter now. He plays left field tonight for the Blue Eye Bulldogs. First pitch to him is a strike at 0-1. There's the 0-1, swinging a tapper foul. Now 0-2 on Dakota Powers. Oh and 2 the count on Dakota Powers. Now 1 ball and 2 strikes on Dakota Powers. 1-2 with 1 away. Here it is. Another pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 3 in the dirt. Ball gets away, and Powers will be on first base after the strike him out. Throw him out. So he'll be on base after the strike 3 in the dirt. But Uchman will get the strikeout, but there's going to be 1 runner on first. That is Dakota Powers. Pitch outside now, 1 ball, no strikes on Jarrett Crothamel, the leadoff man for the Blue Eye Bulldogs. 1 ball, no strikes on Jarrett Crothamel. Checking on Powers there at first. Definitely could show some speed there. Another pickoff attempt. Powers getting a little antsy there on the base pass there at first base. 1 ball, no strikes on on Jarrett Crothamel. Now 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes on Crothamel. Here from Seymour, Missouri, at Seymour High School, swinging another fly ball, and there's out number 2. As Crothamel will now fly out. And that will bring up Ryan Cardenzana, the batter now for the Blue Eye Bulldogs. Cardenzana, coming into this game, he struck out twice in his last 2 plate appearances for Blue Eye. 0-1 the count. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Cardenzana. Now strike 2. 0-2 now on Ryan Cardenzana. Oh and 2. 2 away. Here's the 0-2. Blocked in the dirt. Now 1 ball and 2 strikes. On Cardenzana. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here it is. The 1-2, swing and a miss. Strike 3, and Cardenzana is going to be down on strikes for the 3rd time tonight. So get your hats out. And that's a hat trick now for Ryan Cardenzanas, he is down on strikes for the third time in the row. We're going now to the top half of inning number 6. It is 6-1 Gainesville over Blue Eye. What's the polarized one? Do that keep the sun out of your eyes?
Yeah.
Nice. I remember I used to have a pair of polarized Oakley glasses, and I accidentally left them like at Big Cedar last Thanksgiving.
You like doing this?
Yes, I
Do
do.
a good job of it.
Thank you. Thank you.
How many YouTube subscribers do you have, or do you have to subscribe to it to watch it?
You can watch it if you don't have to subscribe to watch it. You have to have like a YouTube channel if you want to comment on it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if people who don't have a channel can come in and watch it, but you have to have like a channel if you want to subscribe to me or comment on my channel.
Right.
Which so far we have 44 subscribers with over 2,000 views.
That's good.
Mm-hmm. Welcome back to Seymour High School here in Seymour, Missouri. Bulldogs and the Bulldogs of both Gainesville and Blue Eye. Here in the top of inning number 6, new batter for the Bulldogs is going to be Landry Jenkins. Jenkins, who flew out in his last plate appearance. It's quickly behind at 0-1. Swinging another fly ball. Caught, and there's going to be out number 1. One away here in the top of the 6th inning between the Gainesville Bulldogs and the Blue Eye Bulldogs. First pitch, swinging at a high fly ball, foul ball. Now 0-1 the count on 0-1 the count on Ethan Chapman, who struck out in his last plate appearance. 0-1 the count. Here's the 0-1. Upstairs now. 1 ball and 1 strike on Chapman, the 9th man in the lineup for the Gainesville Bulldogs. He's a designated hitter tonight for Gainesville. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1, swing and a miss, strike 2. As Chapman's quickly behind at 1 ball and 2 strikes. With 1 away here in the top of the 6th inning. The 1-2, swing and another foul off the catcher's mask. Off the mask of Chase McClenathan. Outside now. 2-2 on Ethan Chapman. 2 balls and 2 strikes, 1 away here from Seymour, Missouri. The 2-2, swing and a miss. And Chapman's going to be down on strikes once again. Down on strikes for his 2nd time tonight. And that is going to bring up now the leadoff center fielder for the Gainesville Bulldogs. That is Tanner Jennings. The first pitch, blocked in the dirt by McClenathan. One ball and no strikes on Tanner Jennings. Swinging a chopper, foul ball. Past head coach Nate Jones of the Gainesville Bulldogs. 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 away here from Seymour High School in Seymour, Missouri. The 1-1 swinging a roper. That's going to be down for a base hit. There goes Jennings. Jennings will have his first hit of the game. Here he goes, rounding second, stopping at third, and Jennings will have a triple now for Gainesville with 2 away here in the top of the 6th inning. Tanner Jennings, the batter Cody Donley now the batter for the Gainesville Bulldogs. He reached on an error on the second baseman and the third baseman and walked in his last 3 plate appearances. Here's the first pitch. Strike, says the home plate umpire to Donley. 0-1 the count on Cody Donley. Here's the 0-1. Now 1-1. The count on Cody Donley. 1 ball, 1 strike. On Mr. Donley, the Bulldogs left fielder for Gainesville. Here's a 1-1. Ball shoots away in the dirt. And here comes the next run. That's going to make it 7-1 Gainesville. As the Gainesville Bulldogs now lead the Blue Eye Bulldogs at the score 7-1 on that passed ball. Tanner Jennings scoring from third on the wild pit on the passed ball by the pitcher Mike Cruz upstairs now. 3 balls and 1 strike. 7-1 Gainesville over Blue Eye here in the top of the 6th inning. Now that will draw a walk now to Donley. And that will give Donley now his 2nd walk of the game. That's going to bring up now Ben Pointer, the batter for the Gainesville Bulldogs. Pitch to Pointer. It's going to be a foul ball, as it's now going to make the count 0-1 on Ben Pointer, the batter for the Gainesville Bulldogs. Bulldogs and the Bulldogs. Both Bulldogs of Blue Eye and Gainesville. Strike, says the home plate umpire. Umpire now 0-2 on Ben Pointer, who has reached on 2 infield singles, on a bunted single and an infield single. Foul ball. Coach Smith goes to field it. Throws it back to Cruz, the pitcher for the Blue Eye Bulldogs. 0-2 the count, 2 away here in the top half of the 6th inning. Already one run has already come across the plate for the Bulldogs. Next pitch. There goes Donley, as he is now going to be at second base. 1 ball and 2 strikes, 2 away on Pointer. Here's a 1-2 pitch. Blocked in the dirt now. 2-2, the count on Ben Pointer. Once again, we are live here from Seymour High School in Seymour, Missouri. Gainesville and Blue Eye. Here in the top of the 6th inning. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Swinging a chopper. Gobbled up and bobbled by the shortstop. 1 run's going to come in. That it'll stop between first, third, and home. Here comes a throw off the pitcher's glove, and that's going to score a run. It's going to make it now 8-1 Gainesville over Blue Eye. As Pointer scores on the error by the third baseman, and that will put Pointer there on third with 2 away here in the top of the 6th inning. Gainesville and Blue Eye here in the top of the 6th inning from Seymour High School in Seymour, Missouri. First pitch, strike, says the home plate umpire on Will Uchman, the batter and the pitcher today for the Gainesville Bulldogs. 0-1 the count. The 0-1. Blocked in the dirt by by McClinathan, the catcher for the Blue Eye Bulldogs. 1 ball, 1 strike. On Uchman. Here's the next pitch. Outside. 2 balls and 1 strike on Will Uchman, the starting pitcher tonight for the Gainesville Bulldogs. 2 balls and 1 strike. The 2-1 pitch. Ball gets away. Here comes the 9th run of the game for the Bulldogs, and that is Pointer. And that's going to score and make it now 9-1 Gainesville over Blue Eye. Still Uchman, the batter now for the Bulldogs, as he singled, had an RBI triple, grounded out and grounded out. Another and a spectacular catch there in the outfield off the bat of Uchman, and to end the bottom half of the 6th inning, we are now going to the bottom of the 6th, or probably in the top of the 6th, and we're going to the bottom of the 6th inning. It is a 9-1 Gainesville lead over Blue Eye. So let's see, that would have been, Pointer reached on an error. Was that by the second baseman? Or who was that by?
Is that the one where they came home with it?
Yeah.
It was the shortstop.
E6. And then Uchman lined out to, was that the left fielder or right fielder?
Right fielder.
Right fielder. Okay. LO9. There we go.
You get to the big leagues one day, we can say we knew you way back when.
Yeah. Yep. What makes it also cooler is I get to watch my older brother coach.
Yeah, for Gainesville, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's the assistant coach.
Yeah. Do you
So,
do
what's
basketball
up?
games and everything?
I haven't done basketball games yet, but I plan to do them in the winter.
Okay.
Mostly for Crane, because unfortunately I don't drive, so I can't make it to all the games that are happening across the area.
Right.
So mostly I'll just do Crane. Welcome back to Seymour High School here in Seymour, Missouri. Gainesville and Blue Eye as we kick off the bottom half of inning number 6. 1 ball, no strikes on the catcher. That is Chase McClinathan. McClinathan has struck out. Who struck out and doubled in his last plate appearance. 1 ball and 1 strike on Chase McClinathan. Also scored an RBI. Singled in his last plate appearance. Struck out and singled in his last 2 plate appearances for Blue Eye. 1 ball, 2 strikes now on McClinathan. Here's a 1-2 to McClinathan. Swing and a miss, strike 3 as McClinton's down on strikes. Swinging, strike for McClinton. So the traditional K for a swinging strike. And that will bring up now the new batter. That is going to be Brandon Box, who started the game as the pitcher. Now he is in, as Box is now the first baseman now for the Blue Eye Bulldogs. Blue Eye representing the SWCL and the Gainesville Bulldogs representing the Summit Conference. 0-2 the count on Brandon Box. No balls, 2 strikes. 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning now. That will be a 1 ball, 2 strike count on Brandon Box. Here's a 1-2. Upstairs now. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Box. Box the batter for the Bulldogs. Here's a 2-2 inside. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Brandon Box. 3-2 the count on Brandon Box. Here's a 3-2. And that's going to give Box a walk. And that will bring up now the new batter of Jeremiah George, the batter for the Blue Eye Bulldogs. Blue Eye, the batter, Jeremiah George, the guy who started at first base. Now he moved, I believe, to third. 1 ball, no strikes now on Jeremiah George, the batter for these Blue Eye Bulldogs. Bulldogs were actually in another wood bat tournament 2 weeks ago. That was the Crane Fall Wood Bat Tournament. Here's a 1-0. Now 2-0, 2 balls and no strikes on Jeremiah George. George, who grounded out, singled in his last plate appearances, so he's 1 for 2 today. 2-0. Strike, says the home plate umpire. Now 2 balls and 1 strike. 2 balls and 1 strike. So pardon me, the Royals and the Indians are going to be from Kauffman Stadium. Roller bobbled by Leaker. And that's going to put George on thanks to an error by Leaker. No balls, no strikes, only 1 away. It's going to bring up Mike Cruz now, the pitcher. Swing and a miss, strike 1 on Mike Cruz, the batter for the for the Blue Eye Bulldogs. Here from Seymour. No balls, 1 strike. 1 away. Here's the 0-1 outside. Now 1-1 the count on 1-1 the count on Mike Cruz, the batter for the Blue Eye Bulldogs. Inside on Cruz, but the runners will not advance. Runners on first and second for the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs might have something cooking here here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 2 balls and 1 strike. Here's a 2-1 pitch. Inside on Cruz. Oh, 3 balls and 1 strike on Cruz. Once again, these Bulldogs are out of the SWCL, and the Bulldogs of Gainesville are from the Summit Conference. Summit Conference with Conway, Morrisville, Seymour, Mansfield, Hartville. Strike as Cruz goes down looking. That will bring up Keegan Hobbs now, the batter for the Blue Eye Bulldogs. With 2 away here in the bottom half of the 6th inning, here's the first pitch to Hobbs, swing and a miss, strike 1. 0-1 the count on Mr. Keegan Hobbs. The batter for these Blue Eye Bulldogs. Here's the 0-1. Strike, says the home plate umpire. Now 0-2 the count on Keegan Hobbs. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Bottom of the 6th inning, it is Gainesville and Blue Eye. Gainesville leads Blue Eye right now 9-1. Swinging a roller. Foul ball, says the home plate umpire. No balls and 2 strikes between the Gainesville Bulldogs and the Blue Eye Bulldogs. 0-2 the count on Keegan Hobbs. Oh and 2 on Mr. Hobbs. Mr. Keegan Hobbs, the batter for the Bulldogs. Strike 3. As Hobbs will go down looking. So no runs on no base hits, no errors. Or on 2 base hits. On 2 base hits, 1 error. And 2 men were left on. We're going to the top of the 7th inning. It is 9-1 Gainesville over Blue Eye. I remember when Blue Eye used to be real good.
Yeah.
They were, my goodness, like when you put them up against Crane did not have a chance against Blue Eye.
Really?
Yeah. They used to be a really good team. That and Forsyth. Did you guys ever play Forsyth?
Yeah. I used to coach at Norwood, and we were in their tournament a few years.
Oh yeah, when Julian was there?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
They were
Forsyth was a good team to play. They were a very good team. But they're still a good team right now. I mean,
Yeah, we haven't played them in a couple
they've ran out
years.
of. I mean, they've lost a few, or they've kind of struggled a little bit with a new coach who came out of Galena.
Yeah, but before that, he was at Gainesville.
Oh, Byron Richardson was there? Huh.
For a year or 2.
I'm going to have to see who runs faster between our assistant coach at Crane and Jacob. Welcome back to Seymour High School here in Seymour, Missouri. It's the second game of the Seymour Fall Wood Bat Tournament. Seymour Tigers Fall Wood Bat Tournament. First pitch to the batter of Leaker is going to be a strike at 0-1. Leaker, who singled and an RBI triple and struck out today. He's 2 for 3 on the day. 0-1 the count on Leaker. Now 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike on Jake Leaker. Here's the 0-1, swinging, reaches for it and hits it the other way. That's going to be an Oppo Taco Bell for Jake Leaker. He'll be on there for a single as he drove it the other way. As he'll be on for a single with nobody out, and that's going to bring up now the batter of Jackson Britt. Britt, who struck out, singled, and flew out to center in his last plate appearances. 0-1 the count. Or no ball, no strikes on Jackson Britt. Strike. 0-1 the count on Britt. 1 ball, 1 strike now on Jackson Britt. One ball and 1 strike, nobody out. Ball in the dirt. 2-1 to count on Jackson Britt, the batter for these Gainesville Bulldogs against the Blue Eye Bulldogs. 2-1 the count. The 2-1 pitch. Upstairs, and he'll check on the runner of Leaker. Jackson Britt, the batter, now for these Gainesville Bulldogs. Jake Leaker on base. Jackson Britt, the batter for both Bulldogs, as Britt will draw a walk. Base on balls for Jackson Britt. We're going to see another coaching visit by head coach Dustin Avers of the Blue Eye Bulldogs, as he will head to the mound, and we shall see if this will come to an end for Mike Cruz's night. But the thing is, Blue Eye will have one more game after this game, as they will be taking on the Seymour Tigers. Unfortunately, that game will not be streamed live on the Ozarks Sports Report YouTube channel, as we're going to see a new pitcher on the bump for the Blue Eye Bulldogs. It's going to be Ryan Cartanzana, as he comes in from second base. And we'll see a new pitcher, or we'll see a new left fielder. That is going to be Brandon Box. Come out of the dugout. Mike Cruz will play first base now for Blue Eye. With nobody out here in the top of the 7th inning between Blue Eye and Gainesville. Once again, we'll be back here tomorrow night, as we'll be streaming live once again on the Ozarks Sports Report YouTube channel. First game you'll see is going to be between Seymour and Seymour and Gainesville tomorrow night. So a battle of Tigers and Bulldogs, and then after that it'll be Wablo against Crane, which could be the final game of the day tomorrow which could be the final game of the day final game that we will stream live on the Ozarks Sports Report YouTube channel. Then follow that, it'll be Mansfield against Wablo after that game. Here in the Seymour tournament, Seymour Fall Woodbat tournament, to be exact. Getting late here from Seymour High School here in Webster County, Missouri. Nobody out. Batter for the Gainesville Bulldogs is going to be Bryce Hamilton. First pitch to him is going to be a ball away at 1 ball and no strikes on Bryce Hamilton. One ball, no strikes on Hamilton. There's a 1-0. Now 2-0 the count on Bryce Hamilton, the batter for the Gainesville Bulldogs. Gainesville with the advantage. It's 9-1 Gainesville over Blue Eye. 2 balls and no strikes. Here in the top of the 7th inning. Here's a 2-0 pitch. Outside strike 1 on Hamilton. Hamilton coming into this game, he struck out looking, lined out, and walked for his trips to the plate today. 2 balls and 1 strike on Hamilton. There's a 2-1 pitch inside, and now 3 balls and 1 strike. 3-1 the count on Bryce Hamilton, the batter for these Gainesville Bulldogs. 3-1 the count on Hamilton. Here's a 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2, and Hamilton will make the count full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. 3-2 the count on Hamilton. Once again, Gainesville leads Blue Eye. Gainesville leads Blue Eye right now 9-1. Here in the top of the 7th inning between Gainesville and Blue Eye. Game 2 of 2 you'll see on the Ozarks Sports Report YouTube channel, but we'll be back here at Seymour as we will stream 2 more games. Hope maybe 3. You'll never know. 3-2 is a chopper to the shortstop, bobbled and into the outfield. Into the outfield for a base hit. 1 run is in. 10-1 Gainesville. And runners are going to be at the corners thanks to the error by the shortstop to Hamilton. Bryce Hamilton, the man who reached on the error. Nobody out still here in the top of the 7th inning. Check on the runner. In which the runner would be Britt there at third. Check on Britt. He'll be back in safely. First pitch to Landry Jenkins is going to be a strike at 0-1. No balls and 1 strike on Landry Jenkins. Landry Jenkins, the batter for the Gainesville Bulldogs. As who knows, we could see the Gainesville Bulldogs bat around. But there's going to be one more run, and it could be a 10-run rule. Ball shoots away. There goes Hamilton chugging from first to second now. 2 balls and 1 strike. Here are the Blue Eye Bulldogs and the Gainesville Bulldogs. Gainesville has the lead. It is 9-1 Gainesville over Blue Eye. 2 balls, 1 strike. Nobody out still here in the top of the 7th inning. The 2-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2 now. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Jenkins. Hamilton there, the man at third. It is 10-1 Gainesville. Gainesville. Our score between Gainesville and Blue Eye. I believe so on that last one. Error on the shortstop and scored a run. That will draw a walk now. It's going to put Jenkins now on first thanks to the walk. And that will bring up now Ethan Chapman, the batter for the Gainesville Bulldogs. Ethan Chapman, the batter. New batter is going to be Gavin Robotham. First pitch to Robotham is going to be a strike at 0-1. 10-1 Gainesville over Blue Eye. Now the next pitch to Robotham is now going to be an 0-2 count. No balls, 2 strikes now on Gavin Robotham. Gavin Robotham playing second base tonight for the Gainesville Bulldogs. The 0-2. Downstairs and away now. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cardinzano 1 strike away from getting the first out of the 7th inning. Already one run has already come across. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 as Robotham is going to be down. He's going to go down swinging. Now the new batter is going to be Tanner Jennings. Tanner Jennings on this day, he walked, struck out looking, walked once again, and hit a triple. One ball and one strike on Tanner Jennings, the batter for the Gainesville Bulldogs, with only one away here in the top of the 7th inning. 2-1 the count now on Tanner Jennings, the batter for these Gainesville Bulldogs. Jennings, the batter for Gainesville. Next pitch is going to be 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 the count, as Cartanzana is now going to get the count even at 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Tanner Jennings, the batter for the Gainesville Bulldogs. Once this game concludes, we will not be streaming the 3rd and final game of tonight for the Seymour Fall Wood Bat Tournament. But we will be back here at Seymour as we'll see the Gainesville Bulldogs. These Gainesville Bulldogs take on the host of this tournament, the Seymour Tigers. And then after that, we'll follow with Crane and Wablo as Jennings will draw a walk. Walks have been an issue for Blue Eye pitching tonight, as it's been able to cost them runs. It's now 11-1 11-1 Gainesville over Blue Eye. Here in the top of the 7th inning, 2 runs have already come across the plate for Gainesville, or come across the diamond. 2 runs come across the diamond for the Gainesville Bulldogs. 1 ball and no strikes on the batter of Cody Donley as he swings, flies one. Ball, a little bit of trouble on the pitch now. 12-1. Gainesville on the fly out. Was that center fielder who caught that? Shortstop. Shorts fly out to the shortstop with 2 away now. 12-1. Gainesville over Blue Eye. 2 outs. Here in the top of the 7th inning, 12-1 Gainesville over Blue Eye. First pitch to Pointer. First pitch to Pointer will be Gus Goodman now the new batter. As the first pitch to him is going to be a strike at 0-1. So Gus Goodman now the new batter for the Gainesville Bulldogs. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 away. Next pitch is going to be another ball at 2 balls and 1 strike to Gus Goodman, the batter for the Gainesville Bulldogs. Here in the top of the 7th inning. Two 2-1. Now 3-1 on Gus Goodman. (3-1). Now that's going to give it a ball, as Goodman will draw the walk. And that will bring up now another batter for Uchman. And that is going to be Auden Van Peron. Auden Van Peron now the new batter for Uchman. Ball shoots away. Bases are loaded for the Gainesville Bulldogs. Auden Van Peron, the batter now for the Bulldogs, as he will bat now for the pitcher Uchman.
Come on, right this glove. Just play catch. Come on. You got this.
Auden Van Peron now the new the new batter for the Gainesville Bulldogs, swinging a high fly ball. Right field, as Van Peron will fly out, and that will put a wrap on the top of the 7th inning. We're going now to the bottom. We're now going to the bottom of the 7th inning. It's the last chance for the Bulldogs. They lead by a score of as we're going now to the bottom of the 7th inning. It's the Bulldogs. It's the Gainesville Bulldogs 12, the Blue Eye Bulldogs 1. I don't think Blue Eye's going to last long in the SWCL tournament.
Oh, yeah. You guys do that at the end, don't you?
Yes, we do that. We do our tournament usually in the end.
Who's the best team in that league right now?
It's going to be a matchup between either Crane or Purdy.
Forsyth's not in that.
No.
conference anymore, right?
Neither is Clever. Clever and Forsyth now have
Football.
football. Yeah, they got football now. Okay, so Jennings, he walked. And then Donley flew out to the shortstop, right?
I'm sorry,
Or no?
I'm not sure. There's some patterns I'm not sure.
Oh, gotta get back on. Welcome back to Seymour High School here in Seymour, Missouri. Two balls and no strikes on the batter of Braden Boyd, the batter for the Bulldogs, as he will now ground out. Braden Boyd will ground out. It's going to bring up now the batter of Keegan Hobbs. Or no, pardon me, it'll bring up the batter of Roman Ray. Now the batter for Powers. Blue Eye with the 11-run deficit against these Gainesville Bulldogs. Gainesville leading Blue Eye by a score of 12-1. Here in the bottom of the 7th inning, last chance for the Blue Eye Bulldogs. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. 1 ball and 3 strikes now as Ray strikes out. And Blue Eye's down to their last out of the ball game. Last chance for the Bulldogs. First pitch strike. 0-1 now on Jarrett Crothamel. Crothmel coming into this game, he flew out, grounded out to the pitcher, flew out to the center, and flew out to the second baseman back in the fifth inning. No balls, 2 strikes on Crothmel as the Blue Eye Bulldogs are down to their final strike of the game. 0-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes now on Jarrett Crothmel. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Could hear "Want the Baseball" from the dugout from Gainesville. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Jarrett Crothmel. One ball and 2 strikes. 2 away. Here's a 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and there is the final out of the ball game. Gainesville takes this one. It's by a final score of 12-1. As the Bulldogs of Gainesville now take the win against the Blue Eye Bulldogs by a final score of 12-1. Coming up after this game, it'll be the game against Seymour and Blue Eye, but will not be streamed live on the Ozarks Sports Report YouTube channel. We'll have the post-game show where we will see the winning coach of the we'll see the head coach of the Gainesville Bulldogs, Coach Nate Jones, and we will hear from our player of the game, which it'll be Tanner Jennings, who had 3 walks and a triple after this. So we say stick around, everybody. Cancel. Welcome back to Seymour High School. I'm here with the head baseball coach of the Gainesville Bulldogs, Coach Nate Jones, after this big 12-1 victory over the Blue Eye Bulldogs. Coach Jones, what was the main focus that you had going into this game here against Blue Eye?
I just wanted to compete against these guys. I didn't really know going into it what Blue Eye is like. I've heard some good things about them, played good against Conway. So just an all-around good effort from our guys. Just wanted to compete, and I think they did a good job coming out and do that tonight.
Tanner Jennings actually had 3 walks on the day and a triple. What was the main ingredient that you had tonight going against, or that Jennings had tonight going against Blue Eye tonight?
He's a good stick. That's why I put him at the leadoff spot. He makes solid contact a lot of time, draws walks here and there. He always has good at-bats. So I think he took good at-bats all night long and just hit balls hard and squared them up and gave us a chance to start things from the leadoff spot all night long.
You guys come back here, you play Seymour tomorrow here at Seymour. That's going to be streamed live here on the Ozarks Sports Report YouTube channel. What's going to be the main focus that you guys are going to bring to help bring a win against Seymour tomorrow night?
Just compete. We played them earlier in the year, lost them 5-1. You know, had a chance 1-1 going into the 6th last time we played them. So I feel like if we compete well on the mound and compete well at the plate and play solid defense, we're going to give ourselves a chance to win a ball game just like we always do. So I'm looking forward to playing them again.
If you have any final words to say to the head coach of the Blue Eye Bulldogs, Coach Dustin Avers, that you guys played tonight, what would be your final words to Coach Dustin Avers of the Blue Eye Bulldogs?
I like what he's doing. I think he's got a good young group coming up. I told him just keep working with those guys. It's going to pay off. I think they're a solid little group. They keep playing well together for 4 years. It's going to be a chance. They're going to have an opportunity to have a good team. So,
thanks for taking the time with us, Coach Jones. Congratulations on that big 12-1 win, and we'll talk to you tomorrow against Seymour.
Perfect. Thank you, sir.
Coach Nate Jones, after the big win against the Blue Eye Bulldogs after today's game. That's going to wrap up our show for tonight. We hope you enjoyed tonight's live streams between Crane and Mansfield. And we hope you guys enjoyed us delivering you these play-by-play tonight against Gainesville and Blue Eye and Mansfield and Crane. And if you guys want to stay connected with us through our social media, be sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and check out our website. Our website is ozarksportsreport.wixsite.com/Ozark Sports Report. For one final time, I'm Adam Smith signing off from the Ozark Sports Report. So, have a good night, everybody.